Mike, what's up? Pick up. I've been doing saw maintenance all day. Steven, how you doing, buddy? Bill? Afternoon, Northwest Arkansas. Cool, cool, cool. I've been alright. I've been good. I lost a whole bunch of hair. And, that feels much better. This whole COVID bit, I've kind of procrastinated on shaving and getting haircuts for a while, so kind of put it off as long as I possibly could, and decided to sneak in there the other day and go ahead and get my hair cut. I turned 37 today, so got a little older, and was actually just watching Buckin's live feed and figured I might as well. I ain't doing anything. So yeah. Dang, man. I hate when I put my finger or my hate when I put the camera on this side because I want to move this side. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, buddy. How you been? Was using your axe the other day. Such a nice axe. Got a good feel to it. Did I see Greg? Actually, both you guys' axes are sitting right over here. I can't leave them in my truck afraid somebody steal them. So, plus I brought them in and put a wrap on both of them. Just whatever extra string I ended up having. I bought some pull string for chainsaws that was junk. I didn't like it. So, worked good for wrap though. So one I put on Jeff's. This little axe is awesome. Such a good wedge banger. Then Greg sent me this longer. This is honestly, I swear to you, and I am not playing one bit. This is the best splitting axe I've ever used. And I don't know if Greg intended that. I don't think he actually did. I think he was kind of surprised when I told him, man, that thing splits wood so good. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Yeah, I've tried to pretend like I'm still young, Mike. Who did I just see there? I'm not Don. How you doing, bud? Man, I can't even put my hand there, or my finger there, because I guess I go over the top, or reach over. I was going to say around. That wouldn't have been good. Appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, I like that little wrap being on my axes, because every once in a while the guys will be doing something. They'll be like, can I use the axe? And you kind of feel like a jerk when you're like, no, you can't use my axe. So yeah, I take cautionary measures. But did anybody get any experience with getting any change out of their? I bought a service kit for my 362 and took care of it today. I'm getting ready to post a video for you guys here real soon. That is it's a nasty tree. The bottom was so rotted out, it was falling apart, and big old black oak, and it was hanging over a fence towards the highway, and it was just actually I showed a clip of it there at the end of the last video. Greg, what's up, man? Thanks, Connor. Chris, what's up? How you been? I see Steve. Yeah, Steven's here. Cool. Appreciate all the happy birthdays, guys. Yeah, so on that one, that was a rough tree. It was just littered with metal. Even up in it, I ended up ruining my 660 chain, so had to sharpen that the other day. So it's good to go. I just cleaned it up, but I could probably switch the filter and stuff out of it. But I've heard from some guys that they they like the factory filters better because they're like I don't know if it's maybe a different material that it's made out of. They look different, you know. It's like all this stuff is white. Um, they as far as shape and everything, it seals up good. Look to be a good one, but I have heard some people kind of complain about the aftermarket filters. Um, the gas filter looks pretty good. Didn't look too bad, but look at this. This has got off focus. Well, you can just see that. That's not right. I got some moisture in the gas because it's like rusty. That plug was shot, so it saw was I was finding it shutting itself off and stuff. So that's what these little service kits come with. And they basically make it for every saw. So I probably need to get one for my 660 here. You know, I don't know if you guys have these. It's kind of universal. It goes all the way from the 261 up to the 391. It does the 311. Huh. And I'm very close to putting the call in for a 500i. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm pretty sure that's a yes. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I've been procrastinating, so I don't know. Been working on new axes. Right on, Greg. Yeah, I got a welding cart for my welder today. So I gotta put that together here in a little bit. I figured I would just chit chat with you guys for a little bit. I got to use the log roller, and wow, it was awesome on that job where I fell the hickory into the cow crap. To get the rope out, I used the log roller, and the girth on what we were doing was pretty big, so it works really good. I mean, to not have to get down there and kind of reach or your hands anywhere near the crap and getting a little ways away, but yeah, that was pretty nasty. Only because I knew I was good. I wish I would have brought some rubber boots, but yeah, I had no idea where I was going. The guy didn't tell me anything, so it was kind of news to me when I pulled up. It was a bit of a crappy job there, Chris. So, but yeah, I gotta go through this 150 because I go through all of my saws kind of periodically as they get probably 3 or 4 tanks through them, and I don't have to sharpen my saws all that much. I have to sharpen the ground saw all the time. So Dave's notorious about not rolling the log, so that's another reason I got the log roller. I can't complain because he says sometimes it's too heavy, so it's got to. But yeah, he can do that now. Maybe we can keep from dinking chains, but I don't mind sharpening chains. I actually like it. And I tell you what, for the first time, I use this thing too. And I had one that I used to use for my little salts, like my 201 and stuff like that. And yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think I ended up losing it pretty quick, so I didn't get to use it all that much. But I used this on the 660, and that made it so much faster to, because when you do, I think that's 114 drive length, um, that's ridiculous. You know, after you sharpen one side, you don't have to go back and hit all the rakers. So, yeah, that was nice. I just just got that. Somebody, I think my brother got me that for Christmas. So other than that, you can tell I wasn't just bought new files. Got a chain for the 150. Another flat file because I forgot it, and then on my way home I had to swing into Ace Hardware and get one. But check this out. My damn file handle broke. It's ridiculous. I guess it still works, but yeah. So it gave me an excuse to buy something else that says steel on it. So yeah, I always use another file handle. What have you guys been doing? Anybody done anything cool yet this year? We kind of got busy pretty quick and got into work and kind of just grinding for the most part, just trying to stay busy. So, what's up, Francisco? Kathy Kennedy? Yeah, it's awesome. It's really nice. And I tell you the truth, I didn't know originally when they come out with those. I had the package here, so I can, what the name of it was. I don't know where the heck it went to. I had it somewhere. But, oh, I put it over here. It doesn't even say what it is. It's just a sharpener. Well, they definitely ain't spending any extra money on the packaging. Except for, like, what would you put all this for? It's got all that? I don't even know what it is. I'm not reading. I'm not wasting my time. It says 2-in-1. Hang on. So one of these has to be in English. Holy cow. I don't think it's worth my time. Not happening. 2-in-1 file. Yeah, that's what it was saying. Yeah, they're nice though. I like it. I didn't know that you had to have different sizes until, I don't know, a few years ago. I tried to switch out the file on one and it wouldn't fit. And I tried to force it and it still didn't fit. But yeah, I quickly realized that maybe it doesn't take anyone or one any smaller or like a bigger file than that. And I was about to take a drill to it and just make it so it fit, and instead we left it, and I think that's the one I lost. But yeah, we'll see how it holds up. I don't know about the flat files that are in the middle, how expensive that they actually are, because for anybody that doesn't know what that thing does, it's like you would go with your chainsaw, kind of like this, okay? If you look on this, there's a round file and a flat file. Son of a gun. Well, Joshua, what's going on? I'm just throwing everybody around right now. So, sorry guys, I apologize. Let's see if it'll come down. Ooh. Alright, so, yeah, it's got a flat file and a round file on each side. And then a flat file is, in the middle. So what it's doing each time, and I'm not about to run it on this chain, is it's taking down your rakers and sharpening your tooth at the same time. And you'll hold it like, you see how this thing is angled? You'll hold it at that angle, flat to the bar, and that's your swipe angle. So it just tells you everything that you need to do. It lets you know what level you're supposed to do it at, and also tells you what angle to put it at. But most teeth on a chainsaw have a little mark back here at the back of them. At least the steel do, that shows you the angle you're supposed to sharpen it to. But that's a brand new chain on this, so right across it. But yeah, good tool. Good tool. I like it. I'm glad to have it. I think it's going to be a big time saver on, especially on the big saw. It's going to be real nice. Any of you ever tried to sharpen the Pico chains? Especially the 1/4 inch? I know that they make a Pico chain for... They make a Pico chain for like the 193 and stuff, but it's a 3/8 Pico chain. So, and check out, for those that haven't seen it, I know 90% of steel, you have to clean the air filters all the time, non-stop. If you don't, you'll burn them up pretty quick, especially the top panels like the 201 and stuff. Check out, I don't clean this thing, ever. Look at how clean it stays. I do removals with this thing. It's nice. It's got a little bit of sawdust. I take it out every once in a while and then clean like the stuff that is on the edges, which really doesn't do too much of a purpose, but I was impressed as hell. This has got to be the cleanest saw that I've ever used as far as the air filter when it comes to steel. They are so nice. But like I was saying, that Pico chain, and I can't, I'm looking at this now, I cannot switch that chain out. It's like brand new. I don't know if maybe I hit something. I don't know, it looks good to me. I don't know, we were cutting on that oak though, so it kind of tore my stuff up a little bit. Same crap, a different toilet. That's a stinky way to look at things. But, well, I really have a whole bunch to do. I could, no, I'm not doing it. I was going to tear into that saw, but I do need somebody that wants to maybe work on, I'd like to have my 200T ported in and just full, like everything you can do to it. I just want it hopped up as much as it can be done. And I actually have 2 of them up there I'd like to do that with, but I need to find somebody that wants to do that. Most of the people I run into are usually pretty busy that do that kind of work, so I usually don't want to dump any more onto them if they seem like they're struggling with what they got. guys. And make the 2-in-1 files for quarter pico. Oh, really? Really? That's crazy. You work on saw, Steven? That's cool. Yeah, definitely. I don't want to put any more on a guy than he can take, and I respect the guy that lets you know that he can't take it on instead of. But you know what? I understand sometimes when you take on work when you really can't or shouldn't. Just be nice. I do that all the time. I feel like because I'm a tree guy, I'm compelled to do your tree work, and as a favor a lot of times, and it'll get you too far sometimes. It'll make you feel good about yourself, but it doesn't make you feel good about your wallet. All my life, cool. That's cool. Yeah, I have a few saws that I should probably just try it myself. I have a 170 that's been like has a 180 everything in it, and I just switched it over to the 170 plastics. Is that like all that like homeowner flip up cap twisty thing that they got for the tensioners and take the side plate off? I could probably do it with that saw as like a practice saw first, but that kind of works tricky. I mean, it's just not what I do. I don't have major expectations when I take on jobs that aren't what I do. I have very low expectations, and I kind of know that hey, there's a pretty good chance it's going to go this way because you don't know what you're doing. So I can't do it with my saws because they are how I could make a living. So you hate to gamble with that kind of stuff, or mess with it at all. I'm trying to get you guys to a charger here, but of course it's going to be a bit of a pain. Oh, another thing, I have to. Any suggestions from you guys? I have to get. I'm gonna have to make a gear order. There's a lot of. I have things that are just messing up. I'm gonna have to get a new knee ascender, which I think I may try to get the Saka Mini. That I kind of, more than likely, but I may go with the Haas Deluxe. I don't know. I loved my Haas Classic. I just don't know where it went. It just disappeared. I don't even know where Jake's went. He disappeared too. So I have to do that. My gate on my here. Let me show you. I got an example of one here. Now this is actually for cable, but it's the rope grabs. I pulled this out of a fire and cleaned it up, and it still catches a bit because I believe some of the metal may have even melted. It may have warped a bit, but it still snaps back up. Well, I had it to where it was doing it. I think if you greased it enough, maybe sanded it a little bit, it would be good as a grab. But I need to buy a new one of these. This broke. And I've tried replacing them before. I've heard you just need to get some weed eater string and put it in there. But why don't I just go get wire? Like, go get that kind of wire. Wouldn't that be better? Because I feel like the weed eater string always falls out. I have one that I don't use because I tried to put the weed eater string in it and it just doesn't want to work. Doesn't want to stay in there is the problem. Kellen, how are you? Good to see you. I'm a tree guy who grew up doing small engine install work. Right on, Steve. Soccer for sure. I'm not down. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing the soccer. I would. I like the classic. I like the way it worked. It was all in one instead of having to clip into your shoe or you know maybe I'll like that eventually. Yeah, I may. I probably will, but we'll see. I kind of like the Velux or whatever it is by Haas, but we'll see. I heard the Bungie's better on the Sokka, so I may go with it. I haven't really made up my mind between them two, but more likely it'll be the Sokka. I want to try it because it's a bit different. And I have some other gear that I need to get, but mainly just an adjustable lanyard. Like I need to get a good one. Greg, are you still here? Did you try? Was it you that tried the little rope grab from Rock Exotica? The two little pieces. Um, looks like the uni. Yeah, Greg. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll go up to like the hardware store and just get a little piece of it and put it back in there and replace it. But I was curious about that little uni looking piece that you sent me. You messaged me and looked like a positioner, like a lanyard. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen a few people that have them. I'm just kind of curious how they worked. If they worked pretty good, maybe I would like to go with something like that because it's just so. There's like not much there to mess up. There's everything's so in one little piece, which is idea. I hate having all kinds of clunky stuff all over me. So do that. Um, but yeah, I'll probably, Greg, I'll probably try that. Go up there to the hardware store and definitely get plastic coated stuff because the stuff just ends up breaking and rusting. I guess when you use your lanyard a lot, you're messing with that metal a little bit, but it shouldn't bust that quick. I have multiple lanyards that are positioners like that. One from climbing or climb right and or something like that, and then another one from Rock Exotica. I think I'm using the bulkier version now because it actually had the wire. The other one I was using it with no wire, which I had to kind of position it, make sure it locked before I'd lean back, and that was just sketchy. So didn't do that no more. Tried to get away from it as quick as possible. Yeah, Jeff does have one, doesn't he? Okay. Yeah, we'll have to find out how he likes that because that looks really cool. And then Scoot said something about some Bluetooth communications, or I may just spend the money and get the Cenas, but I just really don't feel like have it to do right now. So, but at the same time, I also know how important it is for us to kind of up the communication there and clean it up. So that would probably fix a lot of little mishaps that happen. So we'll see how that goes. And you know what? I have the opportunity here. Let me see here. I took a big top, bigger than lower half, and laid in the back. And I keep cutting through. Tree was super dead. Okay, okay, yeah. If let's say this, Francisco, if you're in it and you're worried about it's dead, and you want to you can always, as that thing's coming over, let's say it gets past center and it's like at that 45, you could release it and let it go. It, you know, as it's going, as long as you keep your cut straight and you know, you kind of release it and let it go, it's not going to push on the tree as much. You know, you can get it to come off a bit kinder and not so violent, um, by tripping the trigger, you know, on that hinge as it goes over. Sometimes I do that, but you do lose a bit of control and it can turn a little. But that's only if you're off on your cut, you know. That's the same way with if you didn't make your cut even, it would pull a bit one direction because there's more hinge pulling over. But yeah, that's not that's something that after you get totally over center and you feel that thing getting ready to close up, it's I find myself often as it's before it actually snaps there, I kind of cut it and will release it. So can't say I've ever had that question before. It was a good question. Yeah, it's super dead. So I have the sooner they're nice. Yeah, that's that's probably the route I should go. So I don't know. I'll figure out a way to make it work. I'll try to do it all in the same order, but at the same time, I was just saying I'm about to pull the trigger on a 500i. Well, see, you know what? I guess everything depends. No problem, Francisco. That was a good question. I like that. Um, Everything kind of depends on how this 362 acts now. So I do a lot of the cutting and stuff with it, and it it rips, but it is a bit underpowered. I would like a little more power there, and I don't feel like the weight of the 460 462 is as nice as the evenness and like weight distribution on that 500i. Kind of got to mess with one the other day, so it was cool. They were very, 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 very nice and so balanced and perfect. Had a lightweight bar on it. Beautiful saw. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna go in and have a piece of cake. I'm done. Worked on enough saws today. I was gonna put that welding cart together, but I don't know if I really feel like it. Kind of worn out. Been a long day. Been a long week, and it just stopped today. So yesterday was rough. Yeah, I got tons of stuff I could get into, but I don't know. Then I don't. I feel like I'm too exhausted. I'm not gonna give you enough attention or get into it enough to make it interesting. That's the same way with the videos. If I can't tell some bit of a story, whether it be and kind of invoke a little bit of emotion out of somebody, whether they like it or hate it, um, when I do them, it's hard for me to put out just straight cut videos with nothing. I feel like if I can't kind of tell a story, I've done a billion of those. That's the reason. So I feel like if I can't tell a story with it, sometimes I don't want to put it out, and that's why I'm kind of backed up on a lot of other footage because I just look at it, watch it, and feel like what what's the story here? I can't come up with one, and I can't force it at the same time. So popped a bunch of content out the past few days, and then try to work on another one. Maybe get it out real soon. And while I have a few maybe a day or so here that I'm not really doing anything. Maybe I'll try to get ahead on some footage. Maybe go on, look into some back footage. Maybe do one of them jobs and edit them out. But yeah, it's takes a lot of time to go through, watch them once, then watch them again, and yeah, I'm pretty beat, Jared. Pretty tired. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of here. I probably bored you guys for long enough. I appreciate your time, like always. Right on. Hey, I appreciate it, Greg. I really do, buddy. You have a good night. Jared, you have a good night. Steve, good night. Francisco, you too. Um, Anybody else that was here, just Josh. I'm not Don. Kellen, all you guys. If I forgot somebody, I apologize. Have a good night. Thank you for your time, and stay safe. I'll see you soon. Have a good night, guys.